start with just that one story.
Okay.
So we're here again with Tom, and he has a story this time about a Muslim who got saved in an event that he was at.
Yeah, this is a really interesting story. At least for me, it was. I was at a Jay Bartlett seminar, and one of the fellows in the audience was a Muslim, and he was basically Jay had encouraged him to give his life to the Lord, and then he'd watched it for a while, and then he did. So Jay had walked up and hugged him, and while he basically affirmed his love for Jesus and gave his life to the Lord. And I was watching all this, and it was real heartfelt, Jay's part and everyone. And then, as he gave his life to the Lord, I could hear, and I don't usually get audible stuff, but this was so clear that I'm not sure if it was audible or in my head, or it doesn't really matter. But I could hear trumpets off in the distance, and it was like, remember from some of these old movies where they've got these long trumpets you see, in the medieval movies,
Big
like
long, right.
5 feet long, and they were blowing, and I could hear clearly that trumpets were off in the distance, and they were blowing at that point that Jesus, or that the fellow, gave his life to the Lord.
Wow.
And it was interesting. I knew without a doubt that this trumpet call was present throughout all of heaven. All of heaven. I just knew it. And that every single angel or spirit or divine being throughout heaven had paused to hear this trumpet call.
Wow.
And I remember there's a scripture that talks about that, something to that effect, and I don't remember the exact scripture, but I have to admit, at the time I used to think, well, come on, what's the big deal? But it's just somebody doing it. But I tell you, that was powerful. It just also the depth of emotion and feeling I felt when it happened was amazing. It's funny, a butterfly just flew right around the camera. I wonder if God is celebrating that story. And it was almost as though the point of that whole experience was to show His love for us, and to show exactly how much He cares for us, and how important it is for one single person to give his life, and that all of heaven stops and takes notice.
Wow.
So
it
really touched me, because of I could feel the emotion, the depth of emotion that had happened, as well as seeing it and hearing it. But I just knew that's what happened, and I think basically God did that to show us that how much He cares for us and how important each one of us is.
That is so precious. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.